All right, Vig. Let's talk a little about the future of the New York Yankees and the guy who we saw, who we love to talk about, the savior, Jesus Montero.
We were on him since we were, as far as from a prospect perspective, we were all over Jesus Montero since he was 16 years old.
We've been watching that guy for a few years.
16-year-old signee, free agent signee.
That's right, playing in A-ball at what, 16, 17 years old, rookie ball at least. Guys a couple of years older than him. It was a beautiful thing. But where we stand today, we're in November. This video, November 2011. Baseball season is done. Baseball season technically ended when the Yankees lost in Game 5 to the Tigers. So we have Jesus Montero going to come on board, and two things could happen. He could be our starting catcher next season.
One.
Or he could be, well, okay, let's say three things could happen. He could be the starting catcher next season.
Catcher.
Okay? Two, he's our backup catcher / DH.
Yep.
You know, because it says Posada's gone, so he's basically our DH and catches 40 games next season. Or three, he's playing for somebody else. He's traded for a big-time pitching prospect that we need. You know, we need another big starter. I shouldn't say prospect. We need an established veteran ace. So, I mean, of these three, one, just give me, of these three, give me a thing. Where do you see him, and where do you want him of those three?
We've already posted that Jesus Montero will be a Hall of Famer.
Right.
If he stays with the Yankees, especially, because he'll be a career Yankee most likely.
Yeah, protection in the lineup.
He'll be a 15-year, whether it's DH, first base, right field, catcher, whatever. He'll be a 15-year machine as far as hitting. So, do I think we move him, or do I think we should move him?
Give me both.
All right. Do I think we move him? No.
Okay.
I think chances are that he'll be on the 2012 roster. If for no other reason, then it's very difficult to get other GMs to part with their gems, their Felix Hernandez, their Tim Lincecum, right? And those are the guys that we've traditionally heard of Montero being linked to in trades as Felix, Felix, and most recently Tim Lincecum, because the Giants need offense. Do I think they should? If you can get Tim Lincecum, if you can get King Felix, if you can get Roy Halladay, I know he probably only has 5 more years in the league versus 15
for
the Savior, I say yes, because ultimately when it's time for the Savior to come up for free agency, re-sign him.
Yeah, you know, with that's kind of the Yankees' mantra, is we can trade whoever we want when they're 20 years old and just bring them back when they're 25. And you know, I'm fine with that.
They gotta be special. We've been watching Montero. He's been the one prospect we've latched onto for the past 6 years.
Well, so here's where I'm going to differ with you a little bit. Here's where I'm going to differ with you. Is even if we can get a Lincecum, a Felix, I say we don't do it. Let's hold on to it. And here's why I'm going to say that. The toughest positions to fill, at least in my mind, to fill with elite level players are starting pitcher and catcher. He happens to fall under those two.
More difficult.
Right. Well,
we've posted about that before, that filling your catcher position with an elite player for a decade is more difficult than finding an ace.
Right, it is. It's very hard to do. So with that being said, that's the only reason I wouldn't trade him right now for an elite level guy. If he was a third baseman, first baseman, right fielder, fine, ship him out of here. We can replace him with somebody just about as good. Catcher's that mystical spot, you know, that mythical spot where it's just hard to fill with a guy who can play for multiple years because you're more likely to get injured and perform offensively as well. And I think that's where we are with Montero. So I say whatever it takes, we keep him, and he'll be a Hall of Famer in pinstripes.
One, I don't appreciate you using my own argument against me.
I did, which I did.
Two, totally agree with you, obviously, that catcher position is more difficult to fill than an ace. My point was that if I could get a top 3 or 4 guy, only reason why I would move Montero. If you're going to tell me I can bring back Clayton Kershaw, as good as he is, I say no. Zach Greinke, no. Because Montero's a real deal. He's a major league, bona fide major league player at this point.
Yes, he is.
So it's major leaguer traded for a major leaguer, and I want titles. And I do think that Roy Halladay, for example, is more likely to give me a title in the next 5 years.
Regardless of what you think, we will see you in the Bronx in April, Jesus. Look forward to seeing it.